Γυρίσαμε πίσω και ναι, αυτή είναι ακόμα περίεργη. Έχουμε δύο πόνικα. Γεια σε όλους όσους είναι ο JohnyThan εδώ και καλώς ήρθατε. Πίσω στο doki literal club plus. Λοιπόν, την προηγούμενη φορά είδαμε την Sayori να πεθαίνει και όλοι μας σοκαριστήκαμε. Και τώρα δείχνει ότι η Μόνικα είναι υπεύθυνη. Οπότε και διαβάσαμε επίσημα τα ποίηματα και κάναμε την Yuri εντυπωσιασμένη και τώρα είμαστε σε αυτό εδώ το σημείο. Γι' αυτό πάμε. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just passing out. I'm new to this, seeing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just reading a bit of this, so that's the book that you gave me, right? I wanted to read some of it. Not for any practical reasons. Just curious how come you have two copies of the same book? Ah. Well, I went stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaged and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portal of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this regular camp that was turned into a human expressment prison. And the people trapped there have this train that turns them into killing machines that lures for blood. But the facility gets even worse and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixes them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I meant, not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? No. Sorry. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Ah, are you not a fan of that sort of thing, John? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind of that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Then, στο καλό ήταν αυτό. Ναι, κάτι περίεργο σημαίνει. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I have lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. when I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole... I kinda forgot to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literal club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it right. Stokalo. Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put it into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to yours. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. I'm not that. I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if you end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand that yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here. This should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warm wrath of Yuri's face and she's in the correct of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah? Thanks. We can continue reading. Yuri's no longer asking me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assumed that she finished the page before me, so I turned it by my own volitions. Okay, we continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an interminate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it filter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri. This might be silly though, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Heh. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Eh? Yuri's been a little frightened, and even since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri put her hands on her chest and as if to heal her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? John? Did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Haha, don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our own poems with each other? Should we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figure we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Natsuki της Μόνικας. Λοιπόν, πρώτα απ' όλα πώς θα το παίζουμε. Γιατί σήμερα θα κάνουμε 40 βίντεο, 13 λεπτά το παίζουμε μόνο, ok. Πάμε με την Natsuki. I told Natsuki was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I start mine with hers first. Ναι. Τι στο καλό? John, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. Wait, what? Huh? What do you expect me to believe, that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put it an effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'll tell what they improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share my now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. Nah, eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Ορίστε. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I won't like it? Well, because everyone in the high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style won't make your message any less well. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really distracting. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhythm at the end, but then made it fall that on purpose. It helps brings out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided humor's I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Hey, Monica Perfetto, so... Hi John. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, John. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, John. I was going, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. No. It's easier for me to keep everyone expecting low. That way, it always counts when it put in some efforts. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it works anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imaginary and symbolics. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being into like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly, like earlier. I think if she gets too simulated, she ends up rattling and looking for a long time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri? I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. We all started starring our poems with each other. Eh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you look all the time needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? And worry, I'm not very good. And don't worry, I'm not very good. You should pretty consider or for someone who comes to not be very good. Well, that's cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall, but he wasn't looking for him at coming. Ναι, δεν νομίζω ότι χρειάζεται να το ξαναδιαβάσουμε, γιατί το έχουμε ήδη ξαναδιαβάσει. Και ας το κάνουμε απλό skip, τέλος γι' αυτό. Ναι, απλώς ας τα κάνουμε skip. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighted. No. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first convinced the mouth, but then ends up converting her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. That I'm getting so nervous for. Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing expressions do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you writing a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant Yuri tells off, unable to find an excuses. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem as if she breaking it down more thoughtfully. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are sophisticated writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in writing is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they then to pick a writing style separated from the topic matter, and they from fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her trains of thoughts, it's as if her demeanor totally changed. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and tips that go into writing even simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit blazed though. Best? How? You, well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologized to herself to me or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles gleamingly as if my tray applauded for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a laughter club? Ναι, δεν μπορώ να καταλάβω τα γράμματά της πως είναι έτσι, αλλά δεν πειράζει. I'm sorry, I have so much to nap. Απλώς θα το κάνουμε skip γιατί ξέρουμε ήδη τι γίνεται. It's nothing really. Your was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, John. Me too. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That's a little more self-full than I anticipated. It's as It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is literature club after all. Aside, I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her poem notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They exchange strips of paper sharing their respective poems. As they read in random, I watch each other of them expressions changed. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbole or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I wouldn't have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did by the way. Monica liked it, and John did too. So based on that, I'm gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me? I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change any time soon unless, of course, I come across something particular inspiring, which I haven't yet. And John liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what You were just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that John appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I wouldn't deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as John started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Talking out your own interesting on others like that. You really act as young as look, Natsuki. Me, look who's talking to you, bitch. Edgy. Sorry, that illustrating too much. Your ego competitive. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most of people learn to get themselves after graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickman attitude. You think you can handle your torque personally, just be distant and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Wow, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh my bad, you already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let John hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be hurt head over heels for after this. Suddenly Yuri turned towards me if I just noticed I was standing here. John? She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. Yuri, υποθέτω. Yuri? Yuri? Και γιατί πηγαίνουν μπροστά τα μουρι τους? Monica? Hey John, why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay. Sorry about that. Nah. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they've done yelling. Πώς το κάνουμε τώρα? 33 λεπτά. Some presidents, I am right. I can't even confront my own club members, and probably. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes, but I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'll be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Oh, Clay. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri rocks back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. John? Please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glamming at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president too. Please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around or for something, Yuri. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with John. I'd almost just be embarrassed with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but... Δεν ξέρω τι ήταν αυτό, αλλά ας το σώσουμε. Νομίζω στο start story πρέπει να κάνουμε όλα τα poems, να πιχωροπηδέξουν οι χαρακτήρες και αυτά, και δεν τα έχουμε κάνει ακόμα. Ίσως πρέπει να τα κάνουμε όλα, αλλά τέλος πάντων αυτό ήταν όλο, παιδιά. Αν σας άρεσε, μην ξεχάσετε να βάλετε μια εγγραφή και να like αυτό το βίντεο, γιατί δουλεύουμε σκληρά σήμερα. Και πάντοτε θα σας δω στο επόμενο βίντεο. Γεια σας!